Have you ever looked into a mirror and felt just for a second that something wasn't quite right? Maybe your reflection blinked a little too late. Maybe the smile didn't match yours exactly. Or maybe, just maybe, the mirror refused to reflect at all. This is the story of a mirror unlike any other. A mirror that didn't just fail to reflect, it revealed something much, much worse. And by the end, I'll have a question for you that might stay in your head the next time you glance at your own reflection. It started when Emily, a college student, moved into an old apartment. The place wasn't much: creaky floors, peeling wallpaper, and the faint smell of dust baked into the walls. But the rent was cheap, and for a student scraping by, that was enough. While exploring the apartment, she noticed a tall, ornate mirror shoved into the corner of her bedroom. The frame was carved from dark wood, twisted into strange patterns that almost looked like faces. But what caught her attention was the glass itself. It wasn't shattered or dirty. No, it was perfectly smooth. Too smooth. Like it had been waiting. Emily laughed at herself, dragging it against the wall. A free mirror. Lucky me. But when she looked into it, her stomach twisted. Because the mirror showed nothing. Her body, her clothes, the entire room behind her, all reflected clearly. But her face? Her face was missing. At first, she thought it was a trick of the light. Maybe the glass was warped, or maybe her eyes were playing games after a long day. She waved her hand. The mirror waved back. She leaned closer. Still, her face was gone. Just a blur, as if the glass refused to remember her. Great, she muttered. A broken mirror. Guess it's just decoration. But that night, as she brushed her teeth, she caught the mirror from the corner of her eye. She wasn't standing in front of it. And yet, something was. Emily froze. In the glass, there was a figure. Tall. Still. Its head tilted unnaturally to the side. Its body stood exactly where she would have stood. But she wasn't there. Her chest tightened. Slowly, she turned toward the mirror. It was empty. Just an ordinary reflection. Emily laughed nervously, shaking her head. Sleep. I need sleep. But when she turned off the light and crawled into bed, the mirror across the room seemed to glimmer. Not reflecting her. Not reflecting anything at all. Just waiting. Days passed, and the mirror became stranger. Every morning, Emily woke up and checked. No face. Never a face. Her reflection had shoulders, arms, clothes, everything. But the space where her face should be was just blank. And sometimes, she swore the glass pulsed, like it was breathing. Other times, she caught a flicker of movement that didn't belong to her. A smile appearing where her blur should have been. A shadow, moving a second too late. A figure lurking just behind her shoulder, disappearing when she turned. Her friends tried to comfort her. You're just stressed. Mirrors don't do that. One even joked, maybe it's haunted. They laughed, but Emily couldn't, because she knew deep down that it wasn't broken, it wasn't haunted, it was watching. One night, Emily woke to the sound of tapping. Soft, deliberate, like fingernails against glass. Her eyes shot open. The sound was coming from the corner, from the mirror. She sat up, heart hammering. The room was dark, but the mirror shimmered faintly, as if lit from within. And there, in the reflection, was her face. For the first time, her reflection had a face. But it wasn't hers. The eyes were too wide. The mouth was too sharp. And the smile. The smile stretched impossibly, cracking across her reflection's skin. Emily gasped, stumbling backward. The reflection didn't mimic her. It kept smiling, pressing its pale hand against the glass. The tapping grew louder. harder, like it wanted out. Emily grabbed a blanket and threw it over the mirror. Silence. The room went still. But from beneath the blanket, she swore she could still see that grin. Emily tried everything to get rid of it. She shoved it into the closet. She covered it with sheets. She even tried selling it online. But every time a buyer showed interest, something happened. The listing disappeared, the photos corrupted, or the buyer mysteriously stopped responding. The mirror refused to leave, and soon, it refused to stay silent. At night, whispers filled her room. Her name, repeated again and again. Emily, Emily, Emily. Sometimes she woke to the sound of scratching, coming not from the surface, but from inside the glass. And sometimes she saw her reflection, standing in the glass, smiling, whispering without sound. Until one night, she saw it move on its own. Her reflection reached forward and placed its palm against the glass. Emily's body stayed still, trembling. But in the mirror, her reflection leaned forward, pressing its face so close that cracks spiderwebbed through the glass. And then, it mouthed 3 words. "Let me in." That was the night Emily snapped. She couldn't live like this anymore. She dragged the mirror outside in the dead of night, carried it down to the alley, and smashed it against the concrete. The glass shattered, scattering into 1,000 glittering shards. Her chest heaved. Finally. It was over. But when she stumbled back upstairs, exhausted, something cold washed over her. The corner of her room, the corner where the mirror had always stood, wasn't empty. The mirror was there, perfect, whole, not a single crack, and inside it, her reflection was waiting. Only this time, it wasn't smiling, it was glaring. Its lips twitched with rage like it had been denied something it had long desired. And for the first time, she realized it wasn't trapped in the mirror. She was. The next morning, her friends came to check on her. The door was unlocked. Her apartment was silent, empty, no sign of Emily. Except the mirror. It stood in the corner, gleaming, and if you looked close enough, if you let your eyes adjust, you could almost make out a shape inside the glass. A blurry figure, hands pressed against the surface, mouth open in a scream, but no sound ever came. So now I'll ask you, if you found a mirror that refused to reflect you, would you keep it, smash it, or cover it and hope it leaves you alone? Tell us in the comments. Because who knows, maybe one of you already has.